script. We don't go into a situation knowing what's going to happen. And it wasn't really a blooper. It was sort of a sad thing. Originally, it was exciting. Tom came to when Tom was around and we did Dream Car Garage. Tom came in one day and he said, "You'll never guess what happened. You'll never guess what happened. Earnhardt wants to be on the TV show." And what do you mean Earnhardt wants to be on the TV show? And he said, "Yeah, I met him at the GM launch in Oshawa, and he and Junior were doing a '69 Camaro, and that year we were doing a '69 Camaro, and he said he wants to be on." So I said, "You're full of it." He says, "No, here's his number, call him." And I thought he was putting me up to it. So I phoned him up and he says, "Yeah, I'd like you guys to come down and do something. We're doing a '69 Camaro." So we went down there and we didn't know what to expect. And Ray probably knows, there's a reason they called him the Intimidator. So we're all waiting around in his granite floored showroom, and he comes down the stairs and somebody had left a wrench under the hood of his '57 Chevy. And he comes down, grabs the wrench, fires it across the floor. "Who the hell left this here?" And we're going, "Wow, this is going to be a great interview." We're intimidated, like really intimidated. So he takes over and he talks about the '57 Chevy, and he'd just done his first race in the C5Rs, I think, with Ron Fellows and that. And Tom was so nervous doing the interview with Earnhardt, and Tom was one of those guys that he would just blurt out whatever is on his mind and not think about it. So we've spent 15 minutes doing this thing, and Earnhardt's off to some other deal, and he says, "Are we done? Are we done?" And Tom says, "Yeah, now that we got you on tape, Earnhardt, you can kiss my ass." The room went silent. We're thinking, holy cow, we're gonna get kicked out of here. And Earnhardt slaps Tom on the back, and his last name is Nacho, and it's hard to pronounce, and he goes, "Nacho? You're all right." So we had all this on tape, and I'm thinking, can I have Tom saying, "Earnhardt, you can kiss my ass"?
Priceless. We can tell 2 hours worth of Earnhardt stories, and they're all good ones.
Some good, some not all good.
Yeah. They're all good stories.
I got talked to.
They're all good stories.
Me a couple times and weren't good. Last story. Unlike Peter's show, sometimes I write some things in advance and think about what I'm going to do, and sometimes I analyze this television thing as having the ability to throw all the balls up in the air and knowing exactly where they're going to land. So the particular case I'm speaking of was about a particularly rare motorcycle that on air was in Dodge City, Kansas, but the fact of the matter is the owner of the motorcycle did not want his name or his picture or his image. So how do you do a find it show without a seller? And of course this was a show that we called Get Out of Dodge, I think it was called. And so in thinking about how this was going to work, I had spent a vast amount of time thinking about that. But furthermore, the shoot we were doing was in Dodge City, Kansas. Well, I was on the way back from California in a rental truck driving down the world's loneliest highway for 3 days in a snowstorm. So I had plenty of time to figure out how the show was going to work. So as we went into this situation, the person who I brought with me, who was going to buy the machine, he wasn't in love. So now how are we going to make the show without him buying it? So I had to like reach in, figure out that I'm going to buy the machine, and we got through this entire process of finding this machine and the mystery and this, and when it kind of came to the end, the last shoot was kind of fumbled, and I said to the production team, well, we have to do this, this, and this, and I didn't get much of a response, and I said, but wait a minute, we have to get everybody on base before the home run gets hit, and we didn't get any response, and finally I said, here's the way it's going to work, we're going to do this one time, and here's what's going to happen, we did it, and I hope you enjoyed the show.